And it's the final. And I don't know why they always do this with this show, but they have a big studio audience to watch the final intimate moments, and it's always uncomfortable. Oh, but there's the old Bachelorette ladies. Nice to see them. And there's going to be the new Bachelor dude. I don't care about him yet. Maybe I'd care about him after I watch this season. Last we saw Joan, she was brokenhearted by Pascal. So now we'll go back to Tahiti and see where she's at. Nancy's shown up again. Now Joan is still sad about Pascal and is talking about not feeling lovable. And of course Nancy says, no, of course you're lovable. You're a good-looking blonde lady. I'm a good-looking blonde lady. We're very lovable. Everybody knows that. And then we have the insert of Kathy and some strange lady who are listening. And I don't understand why they do this. It is so weird. We're watching them, and then we watch other people watch them. What does that add? I don't get. It's just goofy. So Joan has sailed from Moorea to Bora Bora, and somehow the guys are appearing there. Guy with his suitcase, and Chalk with a bigger suitcase. And who has arrived but two of her children and their significant others. It's a little weird, because she's still going on about, like, God, I hope I have your approval. And it's like, jeepers, they're grown up. You're in your 60s. Time to get your groove thing on. Stop asking for approval, especially for the son who doesn't really emote. For me, this part kind of dragged on. I just want to get to the part with her and the guys. She's prepping Chalk now for meeting the family. He's supposed to go first. And he says, I'm going to do what I did when Joan met my family. And I'm thinking, oh, God, is he going to bring out the shovels again? Do we have to bury some old lady? But it was instead that he wanted to kiss her. And now Chalk has to sit down with Robot Son. And he's being his Midwestern charming self, going on about how much he likes Joan. Again, I'm a widow, okay? My kids were much younger when their father died. Far less possessive of their mom than this guy is. And he's talking about, oh, you're going to replace my dad. And Chalk says, hey, I'm not here to replace anybody. So anyway, I didn't enjoy the kids. But then he comes around, and we have Susan in the little square smiling as he says, oh, he seems like a nice guy. So they get some time to each other. And then Chalk does something that none of us saw coming. He gives her a card, and in the card there is a ring, and it says that he wants them to buy a place together in New York. Bingo! Now this is starting to make sense, and look at everybody's face, because it was like nobody could believe that she would move to Wichita. So this might actually be something. Look, Gary's happy too. What will happen next? Chalk's left wondering, does she love me the way I love her, because she hasn't said it yet, and she's going off to see Guy. And Guy is very excited to see her. He's waiting in his little cabana there in Bora Bora, ready for Joan. But Joan has a message in the rain to give him. And you know it's bad because of the expressions that we see in the little box here. She's going to tell him that she is in love with Chalk. That's right. So he doesn't know it yet. Look at him. He's all tan and cute and handsome and happy to see her. And this part of the episode is excruciating. So after her crying about Pascal dropping her, she's about to drop the axe herself. And at this point, they're just talking about, yeah, I had a good time at hometowns. Yeah, I had a good time at hometowns, too. But I guess I didn't have that good of time. And she's sort of hemming and hawing and saying, you're about to meet my family. But here's the thing, you're not going to meet my family because my heart belongs to someone else. And poor Guy. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. I just felt terrible for him. And I actually felt more and more like, what a handsome guy. He doesn't need her. He can go get somebody good. Sensitive. Possibly with a boat. about to be a retired doctor. But look at him. Oh, God. Just broke my heart. So I won't put you through meeting my family. And Guy's not taking it well. Oh, Susan's upset. Everyone's upset in the little theater viewing party. He says he didn't see it coming. He woke up feeling happy. He thought they were doing well, which of course none of us thought so. And as if Guy hasn't been through enough. As she walks away in the rain, he's standing there. He's standing there in the rain, watching his love walk away in her slim fitting jeans. And as if this poor guy hasn't already been through enough, he's watching himself being broken up with. And now it's time for Guy's theater of shame, where he must talk about how embarrassing, how painful, how vulnerable he made himself in front of all of these people and Jesse. I think my friend's right. It does have like a 90s sort of polite Jerry Springer quality. Even the decor is kind of 90s. And Guy details how he really thought he was going to be the man she picked. It would have been perfect if the guy was the guy, and it would also be great if we ever would know what the heck Chalk's name is. Well, we're all feeling for Guy. Gary is really feeling for Guy. I wish they would have Gary and Mark show up, put their arms around Guy, give him some happy post-it notes, do some of the male bonding triage. I still think Guy is a catch. I mean, look at him in the suit with the pocket square. I mean, I'd be in. I'd be totally. Why aren't the women of Nevada hounding him? And then he declares that he's open to love again, that he thinks he can find love again, and that gets a round of applause. Everyone's that's right, Guy. Not you girls. You're too young. Somebody age appropriate though. And then Joan comes out. Oof. Awkward. And the crowd goes wild as we see Guy and the woman who rejected him have a hug. It's kind of like seeing Trump and Biden shake hands at the White House. Everybody wants to think, okay, it's all going to be okay now, right? And then Guy makes himself vulnerable again and asks Joan, was there something that was missing? Was there like kind of something I didn't do that could have made a difference? And she tells him that the big difference was time. She kept saying it was a slow burn. She almost got there, but that she had to make a decision based on time, which is kind of strange because it's sort of like, okay, I like Chalk now, but if I had a little more time with you, you might have been the guy. Maybe that's realistic. But it comes down to being like a kind of the time thing. And you're such an amazing man. And I know. So it's been a few months since they last saw each other in Tahiti, but he still looks pretty bummed. I think she likes big personality. She liked Pascal and Chalk, so she's going for big personality. That's my diagnosis of this, Dr. Guy. How are Joan's words landing in the theater of shame? Well, I can't tell. I think this woman looked like she either wasn't buying it or she was thinking, where's Guy's number? And Joan says she not only wants to stay friends with him, she's hoping one day they will double date. Oof. If I was that girl, I'd be like, no, let me get this straight. We're going to go out on a date with the Golden Bachelorette and the guy she picked. And okay, yeah, I'm in. With one less body to step over, Joan, with her mom in the little square there, is floating over to a little island in Bora Bora to await Chalk. Now, the suspense is supposed to be here that while she is saying, yes, I'm in, I do love him, and Chalk's coming with the ring, that he doesn't know yet if she will accept him, and she doesn't know yet if he will accept her, except that from the first Disneyland date, it already seemed like they were totally into each other. And here he comes. And they're watching in the theater. But the real suspense is, will the win knock them down? She has said she loves him. And Susan's crying. And now he's getting down on one knee. So he's asking her to marry him. The online rumors that she picked no one was not true, which is good because I would have been annoyed. And they FaceTime with her mom, and now we see the mom reacting to the mom's reaction. And they take a boat and span a few months, and now they're in the Z Gallery Theater.
Oh God, they've even got.
Oh my God! And Kathy's dad's there, and the bachelors are there. I don't think Chalk's son looks very happy. Kathy's happy. After we look at the ring, Joan reveals that she actually was super into him for a long time and was holding back on saying I love you and trying to stay open to the other men. And I'm left thinking, well, then why'd you put Guy through that? And then why did you get so sad about Pascal if you're... Well, whatever. It's a show. And then Jesse does this super awkward transition to shill that he's going to be calling a game for college basketball. It was so goofy. And the whole family's getting sent to Disneyland. Whee! The end. And they say, even if you're older, don't give up on love.